Hey guys, I have a bit of a confession that I want to make. And when I first heard about this or found out about this, I was a little bummed out. And there were some disparaging remarks made by two colleagues of mine. Well, I thought they were colleagues. Actually, one of them was a mentor of mine for a long time. And I could have easily taken their disparaging remarks as a negative. Similar that people will look at a glass and say, well, this glass is half empty. I'm choosing to look at this glass as half full or holding the exact amount of liquid in it that it needs at this point in time. So many of you know I created the Q-Show Institute, and through that my personal method called the pinpoint method that we now have hundreds of people around the world training in. And so I was a little bummed out when these two guys were making their comments. So again, I chose to look at it in the positive, and I actually want to publicly thank them for helping to further define what it is that I do. So many of you again know I call my method pinpoint. They like to joke around and call it pinhead. Well, in reality, I mean, here's a nail. You can probably barely see this on this screen. A pin is smaller than this. This is why I'm not holding up a pin. You wouldn't be able to see it. And the goal of what I teach people is to have that laser-like focus so that you can hit something the size of a pin, which is why it's called pinpoint. But the object is to effectively hit something the size of a pinhead, which means tiny. Okay? So I personally want to thank George Dillman, who was a mentor for many years, and Steve Stewart, who is a colleague, I guess, I don't know, for making these comments all around the world. I know Steve was just talking about this down in Australia with some people, and I was a little upset. But then when I really looked at it, he's been advertising for me. He actually helped me further define this. The two guys, George and Steve, helped me further define what it is that I do and what I'm helping people all around the world do. So again, I'd like to thank George and Steve for your help. And I actually mean that sincerely. When I talked with some of my strategy team, they were like, this is a great opportunity. Okay? And you know what? I didn't have to pay Steve or George for this information. To me, I mean, usually information, if it's given freely, is not worth much. This was invaluable. And I want to thank you again and again from the bottom of my heart. My goal all along when I started the Q-Show Institute, Q-Show Expert, and everything that I'm doing currently was to bring more and more people together. So inadvertently, guys, you helped me bring more people together, and for that, I thank you. I hope you guys are well. I hope you prosper in this coming year, and thanks again, guys. Thanks again for listening. Ciao.